opponent is Ruslan Gafurov, just 19 years of age, from Tajikistan.
Round one.
We're underway. 63.5 kilogram light welterweight division, a contest between boxers from Moldova and Tajikistan. The man wearing red, who's reaching down for a left jab to the body, Vladyslav Vaskovskyi, 22 years of age, part of an 8-strong Moldovan boxing team. Made his professional debut a few years ago, 3 years ago to be precise, winning a unanimous points decision in Moldova, but hasn't returned to the professional ring since. Participant in the recent European Under-23 Championships in Yerevan, making it through to the quarter-final stage. His opponent, wearing blue, is Ruslan Gafurov, just 19 years of age. He won the 13-strong Tajikistan boxing team. He comes to the ring. He's newly minted. He's taken a stiff two-shot combination punctuated by a right cross, but he comes to the ring as the newly minted bronze medalist from the Asian Under-22 Championships at 63.5 kilograms from the edition in Colombo, Sri Lanka earlier this summer. Counter left hand not too far away from Gafurov. Left hook to the body may have been a little bit low from Vaskovskyi. A nice movement off the ropes. I was suggesting he doesn't want to be there standing stationary against the strands, but he was able to maneuver his way from that position of confinement. Counter right hand of the Czech variety is a clever shot from Vaskovskyi, looking to move his head and weave his way inside. Here's Gafurov, he's touched up by a couple of scoring punches. Oh, that's a cracking left hand. He was southpaw when he landed it twice in quick succession, Vaskovskyi. Changed, oh my goodness, that is blatant. Referee had issued a command of stop, and Gafurov just helped himself to a left hook to the body. On the resumption, it's a right hand over the top, followed by a corkscrew left, and then right cross downstairs from Vaskovskyi. Straight shots being exchanged. Both men with their heads rather high in the air while going in search of their own offense. So the chin a little bit of an open target. Gafurov's has been touched rather frequently by some eye-catching pot shots from Vaskovskyi. Roughhouse tactics on the inside being employed by Gafurov, showing that he's not going to be out-muscled. Well, to conclude the opening round. And where both men enjoyed success, I happen to think that the man in red did the better work. Well, there's an example of the manner in which the rather open chin was tagged by Vaskovskyi. Vaskovskyi taking the opening round on a 4-1 split. Judge number 4 preferring the work of Gafurov.
Seconds out. Round 2.
So we move into the second round. Nice right hand. Reach for and finding the range was Gafurov. This is his continental success as he lands a looping overhand left. He's conceded the first round on a 4-1 split. And look at him respond by picking up the pace and his punch output. But look at that combination punching to both head and body from Vaskovskyi. Wonderful right hand from Vaskovskyi. While Gafurov is looking to load up with a left hook. There's a good shot shoveled into the midsection, then left hook success upstairs. Another right hand from Vaskovskyi just catches Gafurov. Possesses good variety, fantastic repertoire of shots to choose from, and the timing and distance control to find a home for his punches. But oftentimes when letting them go, it's as though he's disregarding the fact that he may be countered as a man landing straight shots at the same time. Gafurov continuing to press. Rough on the, and again, that's the second time in the contest. The referee has issued the command of stop, and Gafurov has said hold that, and slung in a left hand to the body. 3-shot combination, penetrating the high-held gloves, followed by left hook success downstairs from Vaskovskyi. Good left hook to the body. Landed by Gafurov. Beautiful burst of punches to the belt line from Vaskovskyi. Heads and shoulders going in from Gafurov in a bid to get the man off him. But it's a very clever display this from Vaskovskyi, because he's picking the spots in which to punch, and that was a wonderful left hook off the back foot. And despite all the fire and fury that is coming from the front foot pressure of Gafurov, keeping his cool under fire and just picking his spots with punches such as that is Vaskovskyi. Very clever display. Make no mistake, there are exchanges, but I think the man getting the better of the exchanges is Vaskovskyi. Left-right combination once again. But you have to credit the response of Gafurov. His corner would have given him different tactics, but look at the way his head's going backwards there once again, just being touched by the straight punches of Vaskovskyi. He's tried to change the tactics. He's had more success in this round for my money, but he's been met, matched and raised by Vaskovskyi. Untidy on the inside as each man tries to free their hands. Doing so perhaps more effectively was Vaskovskyi. And there's the bell to conclude the second. Terrific round of boxing. And I think the man in red did the better work. He took the first round on a 4-1 split. Ruslan Gafurov responding magnificently. Had more successes in the second round, but did he have enough successes to tilt what was a competitive affair in his favor? Really did respond well out of his blue corner, Gafurov, implementing the tactics of his coaches.
Seconds out.
The punch output. And he has done enough to edge it on a 3-2 split. My goodness. Well, look at those scorecards as we go into the third and final round.
Third and final round.
Vladyslav Vaskovskyi leads 20 points to 18 for 2 of the scoring judges. Gafurov leads 20 points to 18 for 1 judge, and the other 2 scores are tied, 19 points apiece. So Gafurov needs to convince judges 2 and 5 that he does the better work in this round to edge it on a 3-2 split. Whereas Vaskovskyi needs to convince only one of those 2 judges, and that clash of heads, where Gafurov was complaining about it, has resulted in a rather significant cut over his right eye. Let's keep an eye on the referee. And he's bumped his knuckles together. This injury has been caused by an accidental clash of heads. Now, let's imagine that the contest was stopped here. The 29 seconds of round number 3 that have been boxed would have to be scored. But the doctor happy for the contest to continue. It's Gafurov who will be encouraged by that injury that is being sustained by Vaskovskyi here now. Vaskovskyi will be inconvenienced by it. Look at how the blood is smearing across his face and it could well be obscuring his vision. Never a good place to get a cut, but this appears to be in a particularly difficult place because the blood can run down into the eye and render him a one-eyed fighter, a one-eyed boxer. So the referee calling time again. Gafurov will be sent to the neutral corner. Well, the contest is over. The doctor not happy for the contest to continue, and we are going to the scorecards because this cut, which has caused the contest to be stopped, was caused by an accidental clash of heads. And so the portion of the third round that was contested will be scored. A reminder of the context going into the third and final round. Vaskovskyi took the first round on a 4-1 split. There was the coming together, and immediately he knew that he had sustained an injury, reaching for it with that right glove. And these third round scores are going to be very interesting. Remember, we had less than a minute of action in round number 3. So this is going to be very interesting indeed. And after the cut, remember, it was the man in blue who was the busier. So we had 2 scores of 2018 for Vaskovskyi, 1 score of 2018 for Gafurov, 2 scores of 19 points apiece. And in the third and final round, which was incident-filled because of a clash of heads and an accidental clash of heads and a cut, on the first resumption, it was the man in blue, encouraged by the injury sustained by his opponent, who was the busier boxer. Very, very difficult position this. I've seen this happen in the first round of a contest. In Belgrade 2021, if memory serves, Ronnie Iglesias was eliminated against one of the Hashesh brothers. Heads came together, cut was opened up, and a minuscule time of the contest had been completed, and the scores had to be determined. What's going to happen here? Remember, if it's 3-2, we're going to bout review.
Ladies and gentlemen, on ring B, your winner by split decision in the blue corner representing Tajikistan,
and it is Gafurov. Ruslan Gafurov overturning a 4-1 deficit in the first round. He responded and rallied magnificently to edge the second on a 3-2 split, and then the unkindest cut of all befalling Vladyslav Vaskovskyi. An accidental clash of heads, opening up an injury over his right eye. The doctor inspected it for the first time and was happy for the contest to continue, but upon the second inspection, well, the injury was too severe for the contest to continue. And so the 50+ seconds of the final round that was contested was scored, and that was edged by Ruslan Gafurov. And so the 19-year-old 2025 Asian under-22 bronze medalist goes through to the round of 16. Have to feel bitter, or one suspects feeling bitter disappointment